Yeah, hi there, and these comments are for Bilian Z, and this is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IB. So you're practicing some vowel sounds right now, the ah and the o, ah, o. So you're doing some sentence, paragraph readings, and I'm going to give you some comments on this right now. So let's hear your recording.
Let's say, however, the U.S. Army continually invaded this territory, creating problems within the nose of the native economy.
So this one is longer, both known zones, and this what you're not pronouncing is that S at the end, and it kind of sounds like a Z here. Known zones. So don't forget that.
2. Indeed, it's known that forms of dance played an important role within the culture and would leave a wide range of information about the characteristics of the culture.
Now you're not pronouncing your S endings. Again, you said characteristic. I say characteristics. So you have to remember you need to pronounce those grammatical word endings at the ends of your nouns and also your verbs. You had trouble also with this word, reveal, and then known. You're not making that vowel sound long enough.
3. Sitting Bull and the civil realized they could not defeat the army alone, and they must fight on their own land.
Okay, not bad.
4. I speed up the prepared process and should be applied for 10 to 30 minutes, on and off, for not longer than 32 hours.
Okay.
5. It's important to point out that adult feedback has a direct effect on development at this stage. Again, in helping the child to acquire the words to express increasingly subtle differences in the reference.
Not bad. You remember the S here. So let's do these one more time. However, the U.S. Army continually invaded this territory, creating problems within the known zones of the native economy. Indeed, it is known that forms of dance play an important role within a culture and reveal a wide range of information about the characteristics of a culture. Sitting Bull and the Sioux realized they could not defeat the army alone and they must fight on their own land. Ice speeds up the repair process and should be applied for 10 to 30 minutes on and off for not longer than 72 hours. Notice how speeds up the repair process, so we kind of blend and connect these two words together. It is important to point out that adult feedback has a direct effect on development at this stage, again in helping the child to acquire the words to express increasingly subtle differences in reference.
Paragraph. Young child typically over-regularize.
Now wait a minute. Young children. Young children.
Paragraph. Young child typically over-regularize.
No, over-generalize. Over-generalize.
They are the only words or the holophysis in the act of describing the semantic of
Deciphering. Deciphering means decoding. Deciphering.
their language. Thus, cats may be applied to anything with 4 legs.
You want to say thus, not dus. Thus.
Daddy is any adult male, as the child experiences with increasingly
Experiments. Experiments.
sophisticated hypotheses about
Hypotheses. Hypotheses.
the meaning of words. Previously, the acquired items may drop out of the vocabulary. An example is 16 months old who went through the period of calling his mother Lady Daddy.
Okay. So you're having a lot of trouble here, but that's why you are doing this practice. So you might want to start keeping I recommend keeping a pronunciation journal. And what you can do is start writing down the words that you're having more trouble with. For example, in this paragraph, I would write down generalize, deciphering, thus, hypotheses. Those are some of the words I would write down. Also, experiments. And then you can practice those words on an ongoing basis. These are words that you had trouble. And guess what? It's very likely you will see a lot of these words during the speaking section of the TOEFL, or you will need to use these kinds of words. So it's good that you know how to pronounce them. Okay, let's do this paragraph together one more time now. What you want to do is practice reading with me and then do this exercise several times until you feel comfortable with all the sounds and you're comfortable reading at the same pace, with the same rhythm, with the same tone as I read it. Alright? Young children typically overgeneralize their early words or how phrases in the act of deciphering the semantics of their language. Thus, cat may be applied to anything with 4 legs. Daddy is any adult male. As the child experiments with increasingly sophisticated hypotheses about the meaning of words, previously acquired items may drop out of the vocabulary. An example is a 16-month-old who went through a period of calling his mother Lady Daddy.
Lesson 8. 1.
Okay, let's take a look at this one. Okay, so lesson 8, let's see where that
Dan told that Jack would not hand in his bad plan, since it was too poorly.
Okay, let me find it here. Getting there. So wait, let me go back to the beginning. Let's say bad plan. Here it is. Got it. Okay, let's hear you read this one more time.
Lesson 8.
All right.
1. Stan told that Jack would not hand in his bad plan, since it was too poorly organized. 2.
Don't forget organized.
A well-written magazine can be the answer for some readers, in that it acts and accompanies the central read, which helps them to concentrate on those issues that matter most.
Don't forget here, issues. So acts as an accomplished sanctuary, which helps them to concentrate on those issues that matter most.
3. Fire management offers prescription burning as a solution. So
no, prescribed. There's no prescription here. This is an adjective. So offers prescribed burning.
Habitats within the burned areas do not have the natural wildlife, which burns
no, wildfire, not wildlife, wildfire.
Hot. 4.
Excuse me.
Graduate cognitive psychology programs study phenomena and other problems, after which practical applications are promoted.
Now wait a minute. Are modeled. Practical applications are modeled.
Some of which are based on many aspects of real life.
So some of which are based on many aspects. Based on many aspects of real life.
5. Authorities in Kansas proceeded competent.
Processed. Authorities in Kansas processed
rations on a farm project, decide along with emergent alert system for the tornado victims.
So emergency alert system for the tornado victims. All right, we better do this again one more time here. You can practice this a few more times if you like. Stan told Dad that he could not hand in his bad plan since it was too poorly organized. A well-written magazine can be the answer for some readers in that it acts as an accomplished sanctuary, which helps them to concentrate on those issues that matter most. Now, when you read it, you didn't pronounce that word. You kind of left it out altogether. Notice how, when I read it, though, I put more stress on the adjective and the noun, in that it acts as an accomplished sanctuary. Sorry. Okay, let's go to number 3. Fire management offers prescribed burning as a solution so that the habitats within the burn areas do not have a natural wildfire which burns too hot. Number 4, graduate cognitive psychology programs study phenomena and other problems after which practical applications are modeled, some of which are based on many aspects of real life. Authorities in Kansas process competent rations on a farm project designed along with the emergency alert system for the tornado victims.
Paragraph. Due to the 3 minutes of violent shaking, landslide in the anchorage caused heavy damage.
Now don't forget the blending here. Landslides in Anchorage, landslides in Anchorage. You have to pronounce that S.
Huge slide occurred in the downtown business section.
Yeah, occurred in the downtown business section. Again, huge slides occurred in the downtown business section.
At Government Hill and the Turnaround Heights.
Turn-again Heights.
The largest and most devastating landslide occurred at Turnaround Heights.
Don't forget, occurred. Again, you need to remember to pronounce those grammatical word endings.
An area of about 113 acres were devastated by displacements that brought the ground into many deranged blocks that would collapse into at all angles.
Tilted at all angles, so tilted.
This slide destroyed about 75 private houses.
75 private houses. I think sounded like you said 35.
Water, mains, gas, sewer, telephone, and electrical systems were disrupted throughout the area.
Okay, so let's practice this one more time. Due to the 3 minutes of violent shaking, landslides in Anchorage caused heavy damage. Huge slides occurred in the downtown business section, at Government Hill, and at Turn-again Heights. The largest and most devastating landslide occurred at Turn-again Heights. An area of about 130 acres was devastated by displacements that broke the ground into many deranged blocks that were collapsed and tilted at all angles. This slide destroyed about 75 private houses. Water mains and gas, sewer, telephone, and electrical systems were disrupted throughout the area. All right, I think we got it.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, so with this one, like I said, it's a good idea to start keeping a pronunciation journal. Now, one of the things I've noticed here from today, specifically today, be really careful about your grammatical word endings, especially S's and EDs. You seem to sometimes not pronounce those particular sounds when they occur at the ends of words, so that could cause you trouble during the speaking section, because if you say Yesterday I grab a bite to eat at the store instead of I grabbed a bite to eat at the store. Now it sounds like you don't know how to use past tense, which you probably do. You just forget. You just forget to put the ed there to pronounce it. Now, it might be that I'm guessing that your first language may be Chinese or an Asian language. And if it is, remember, if it is Chinese, Chinese does not use verb tenses. So you're used to just using the simple, just the base form of the verb. Yesterday I go shopping, today I go shopping, tomorrow I go shopping. So you don't worry about changing that verb. However, in English, we do worry about doing that. So you have to make some adjustments with your language from the first to the second language.